One thing I like about Rebel Salute is that they have really good music. And if you've been to Rebel Salute, you have a lot of people singing like reality stuff, you know, real stuff, hard-hitting stuff. You know, Rebel real and Africa real. And right now we want to put some reality for you still. Because at the end of the year and over the year, first of all, before I say anything else, people have been very critical of the government, but I just want to thank the government tonight for all the material they've given me over the past year. So give them a round of applause. God knows, big up yourself, represent. So for the past year, a whole heap of things happened. I just want to relate some of them to you in a poetic way without any kind of bias. And Mr. Patterson, what happens at countryside stays at countryside, please. What a gwan in a Jamaica, you want to know. What a gwan in a Jamaica, and me fi tell you. What a gwan in a Jamaica, me mix up down. What a gwan in a Jamaica. Portia said that she working. Chicken gun, yeah, they are lurking. At 39, Lisa Hannah look fine. Who no like her picture, them too bad mind. For me, $4 million for send a man a Trinidad. And when we go down there, man them do we bad. And if we go on like Skettle and we step out a line, them send me back on Caribbean airline. Them send them take 180 million out of NHT and use the money go buy out of many. When them ask the Prime Minister how that it go, she got a parliament and she said she never know. Them said they buy the property but not the attraction. But that explanation not gain no traction, because as to how them said that them do it is like they say me buy a patty but me never buy the meat. What a gwan in a Jamaica. What a gwan in a Jamaica. And me fi tell you what a gwan in a Jamaica. Me mix up down. What a gwan in a Jamaica. Portia says she doing less with more money. That was a mistake, but it sound funny. Flexi rape, that's another blooper. Casey old boys hate Caroline Cooper. Tired to hear about Footer and Aishana. Whole heap of discussion about marijuana. Whole heap of crime and violence and thuggery. But some are we more afraid of the gays and buggery. Barbados still not pay off Shanique Myrie. After them pre, what them never fi pre. Asafa Sharon and VCB are run again after problems with MPP. Controversy Damian Crawford ignite when them chat about dirty labor right. At the university, Professor Bean lose the work, never born Bogrilla, and then him get fired. Pull up! Here in the view, I say go. So the thing said. This next gentleman has been ranting for like 2 decades, man, and the man is so humble. He needs no introduction, and doesn't want any either. I'd like to welcome to the podium, to the stage, to the platform, the former Prime Minister, the Honorable P.J. Patterson. You know the song is like a joking, right?
Master of Ceremonies, our promoter, Custis, and the Honorable Dr. Harding, High Commissioner for South Africa, lovers of good music, good evening. In recent weeks, I have been lured out of the pavilion more often than for my own good, especially for a man of my age. And I have to tell the MC that I am no longer in any business to provide material at my expense. I really decided to refuse all other speaking engagements for the rest of the year and to free myself from being able to sit down in the audience as you are and enjoy the festivities in full. But the person who is promoting this event, Tony Rebel, he knows not only how to strike the right chords, but he also knows how to pull the right strings. So after he had flattered me, I had to say, well, this is one time flattery will get you everywhere, and I could not possibly resist this kind invitation. My love for Jamaican music is no secret. I had the privilege of managing what undoubtedly is the greatest musical aggregation that Jamaica has ever seen, the Scatterlights. And by doing that, I was able to help in the edifying of the musical avalanche of original and creative talent that burst out when we became an independent nation in 1962. I have since then, in whatever position I have held, whether in government or not, tried to give steady support and strong encouragement to the musicians and the organizations to which they belong over these many years, because I believe in the value and enjoy the thrill of listening good music. And so it is my pleasure to be here with you tonight as a participant in the official launch of Rebel Salute 2015. This particular festival has distinguished itself in that since its inception 22 years ago, the event, I dare say the lifestyle, has been consistent with the declared objective of promoting and preserving the healthier respects of reggae music and making it a truly family-oriented event. And they have not given Mr. Cordell Brown and the Broadcasting Commission anything to censure or complain about. Mr. Hardigan is here, and we have a pact that we don't go into certain things. But let me remind you two things. I come from a school that is green and black. Remember that. And secondly, although I am not any longer in political life, let me remind you, green is when the fruit is not ready. And you know what color it takes when the fruit is ripe. So please don't trouble me. Come the 16th and 17th of January, Jamaicans and visitors alike will have the time of their lives enjoying yard food in its healthiest forms. I hope they will have some good dokuna. I won't use blue and any noun that might cause you problems. I hope they will have something hella top Hella Bottom, and Hallelujah in between. They'll be able to enjoy at first hand various art forms, a range of indigenous products, and very importantly, especially in these days, they will learn health and wellness practices. They will, of course, enjoy the best of reggae music, and we have already had a fine sample of that tonight, with more to come. The insistence of reggae and Rebel Salute promoters to make this lifestyle event violence-free deserves our highest applause. The power of music in building peace, not war, of promoting harmony rather than discord, cannot be exaggerated, either in the world in which we live. When you look at what is happening with Boko Haram, ISIS, when 140 children can be slaughtered, when you look at what is happening in Ukraine, we have to promote peace and harmony in the world in which we live. Now, I don't want anybody to take me on and say that I am asserting that musicians should be prohibited or discouraged from denouncing social injustice wherever it appears, or oppression of any form, or corruption wherever it may exist. Indeed, our most famous musicians are those who have been loud voices against apartheid and for liberation struggles, as the High Commissioner can attest. It is those who have used music as an instrument for the upliftment of our people and sought to inspire us in the journey of life. This group has been steadfast in promoting a drug-free environment. With the new prohibitions on tobacco smoking in public places, there is no need for me to say anything tonight about the smoking of any other plant. I prefer, and I'm content to observe, that the market price for the medicinal and other byproducts from the cannabis plant seem to suggest that ganja is too valuable to go up in smoke. It is indeed green gold. As you have heard from Mr. Hall, tourism has become one of the cornerstones of our economy. Remember those days, Ms. Taylor, when we were fighting to keep the industry alive? And tourism has to be a cornerstone on which we build the economy and accelerate the development of our nation. And if this is to happen, and if tourism is to matter to people, we must exploit the linkages of that industry with other sectors of production. And music is an obvious one. If this is to happen, we have to have variety. We must promote our own Jamaican brand, and we must encourage our own abundant talents. Unless we do so, there will be more live Jamaican music in Tokyo, in London, in Madrid, in Paris, in New York, than right here in Jamaica. The same way people go to Las Vegas for shows, I want people to come to Jamaica to hear Jamaican music. Indeed, it is the case that many of our best performers have not been heard live in Jamaica for a very long time. And I'm very happy that Catcore and Third World will be joining us in Paris this year. Now, again, I want to be clear. You know, every time you say something, somebody is trying to turn and twist it. I am not saying that we must wear blinkers. I am not saying in the promotion there is not scope for foreign artists and foreign genres of music to be played. Indeed, the Jamaican people have the most sophisticated taste in music. You ask any performer that come here, they not only tell you what to sing and in which order you must sing it, but they sing it with you and if necessary drown out what you're saying. But we have to have our own space in Jamaica for mento, for ska, for rocksteady, for reggae, and for dancehall. Jamaica should be a mecca to the world for good quality music. The Jamaican Tourist Board, as you have heard, has remained a long-time supporter. And they haven't done it just out of sentiment. They have done surveys. And those surveys established, like for 2013, 34% of the people who came to Rebel Salute for that year were visiting Jamaica specifically to come to the festival. Of course, 56 of them would go on to see other attractions, and 97% would recommend the festival to family and friends. Dr. Abrams, that's the kind of rating any political party in Jamaica would like to get half of these days. So we have a good thing, and we must build on it. And this is a clear example of what I've been talking about when I talk about the development of the creative industries. And I'm going to say, in rejoicing at the very bold, courageous, and long overdue decision that was taken by President Obama to establish normal links with Cuba. I don't see any threat to tourism. I see the possibility of linkages, that when people come from far destinations, they want to go to more than one place in the region. We have to work together. And nowhere is the possibility greater than in the field of culture. So in time, we should be having festivals where Jamaican musicians are going to Cuba and Cuban musicians are coming in to Jamaica to show what we in the Caribbean can do. We have to really stop fighting each other and regarding everybody as being in competition with each other. And we have to provide quality entertainment that both the visitors and the Jamaican people can enjoy. You come here to hear music. I won't be much longer. Let me just congratulate Tony and his entire team for their professionalism and commitment, which combined has made the Rebel Salute a lifestyle event to be enjoyed for so many years. As is evident from the level of support the best of our reggae music is not in the portrayal of violence and alienation or sexually explicit lyrics or lyrics that degrade people of either gender. Our rich output is a vehicle that can provide real enjoyment of our artists, their musicality, their creativity. They can help us to uplift even as they entertain with the infectious and world-renowned rhythms derived from our African forefathers. And let me hear, and let us all of us take note of the contribution of the Rastafari movement to the development of our music. This is a prime example of events that demonstrate a high moral standard, reflect the positive values and attitudes that as a country we need to respect, and which also can be an economic success. The Rebel team has been aptly described as a value-added asset to brand Jamaica. Finally, I must say something about what I regard as the icing on the cake where this Rebel Salute is concerned. Mr. Barrett's generous charitable donations and community outreach projects have over the years, without fanfare, assisted a number of persons with medical treatment and provided valuable equipment to our schools. These donations were not made to garner publicity, but simply to give back to the community. This year, the Rebel Salute Foundation went further. It launched the Children's Scholarship, which was awarded to 2 youngsters from the Marcus Garvey Technical High School. I'm sure that the recipients will both fulfill the requirements of maintaining the scholarship through their conduct and academic performance. I note with satisfaction that Mr. Patrick Barrett, ODJP, I'm not calling him Tony Rebel, talking now about a businessman, a fine and gifted performer in his own right, has now ascended to the realm of being also a top business promoter. This should ensure greater monetary rewards and better financial protection for musicians, whether in Cameron season or as they grow older during the winter years of their lives. I warmly commend all the sponsors who have given support to this festival, so too the GHTA and the police. I congratulate Tony and his hard-working team and wish their continued artistic and economic success for many, many years to come. And I have great pleasure in participating in this official launch of Rebel Salute 2015. May we have a good festive season and still have a lot of energy left when we meet at Priory to celebrate and rejoice this lifestyle event.
Thank you very much. I'd just like to endorse everything Mr. Patterson just said.